and impact of its relationship on Brookside Preserve, which is not just the preserve, it's not just the park. Everyone should realize one of the proudest moments I had as a legislator is ensuring that Brookside Preserve was a perpetual preserve in Nassau County. Not just a preserve, not just a park, but a perpetual preserve. It cannot be taken or used or built upon without the legislature of Nassau County's approval by a supermajority, and then 2 successive state legislatures approving it as well. All that was done to protect that property. Some people say that the water that runs through the Brookside Preserve might be the only water left in Long Island that still has trout. I don't know if that's true or not. I thought it was interesting about
You've never seen anything.
But in truth, we know the value of Brookside Preserve. Plans for a 127-unit rental apartment has to adversely affect the historical and architectural value and significance, both of the structure that was there, as well as its relationship to the historical and architectural value of the surrounding area. There's no question. You know, it's one of those things where just look at it, you know, and you can see. I mean, I don't, you know, if this were a court, you know, I'd point to this and say, arrest my case. One of the things that certainly are going to happen, and I don't, obviously, you know, I'm happy that the applicant has pulled the plans. We all are very happy. You know, part of the process is always, you know, sit down whenever there's a zoning issue, and I guess when there's a landmark preservation commission, and meet with the surrounding area. But something like this, we can't allow anything that would be inappropriate to the area. I'm looking out. I know none of you will allow that, and I certainly will be here again and again to fight with you. We don't want another factor, the aesthetic considerations for the village and the historic significance from an aesthetic standpoint. Again, remember, if you put this structure and it blocks out the sun and it blocks out light for the preserve, there's, you know, an adverse effect on a very delicate ecosystem that does, I would say, fall within your aesthetic consideration factor that you have to consider. And then finally, you know, if we're going to increase traffic to such an extent, how's that in keeping with the historic significance of no traffic, simply a pumping station to bring water into the city with its really, you know, fitted exceptionally well, not just with the preserve, but the residential area. You know, the neighboring and surrounding area is residential, and I would say that when you consider the significance or aesthetics considerations of the village, you have to consider who lives in that area and the adverse effect on those homes, residents' homes, the park, the entire area. And I don't think